Why I wanted to start with Denzel Mims is on Twitter, on social media, in the comment section, just all over, there seems to be two camps. It's either Denzel Mims isn't going to be good and that they've forgotten about him, and Denzel Mims still has a chance to be very good. And I really don't understand the take on this side that Denzel Mims isn't going to be good, whether it's not that whether he's not a good system fit, or that they drafted Elijah Moore and people have forgotten about Mims, which I get it. I'm excited about Elijah Moore too. I'm excited about bringing in Corey Davis, but can we not sleep on Denzel Mims? The numbers last year were good in an awful situation. So he had 357 yards last year. He played in 9 games. So if you pace that out over 16 games, that's 634 yards on a 2-14 team, on the worst offense in the league, on all that thing. All that stuff is true. 634 yards, which isn't phenomenal, but is pretty good for a first-year receiver, especially when you consider that most of the time these receivers start a little bit slow, especially, taking the second round and stuff like that, and then take a little bit of a leap. Over the last 3 weeks of the year, though, he only had 33 yards. And realistically, when Sam Darnold was in and they played together for, a chunk, I'm going to say, 6 of those 9 games he played with Sam, they didn't necessarily get on the same page very often. But if you want to look at what he did earlier, from week 7 through week 12, so those 6 games, the first 6 games for the last 3, he had 324 yards, which is 17 yards per reception too, by the way. And pacing that out over a 16-game season, that's an 864-yard pace. So he started very, very hot, went ice cold down the stretch. The Jets' offense was done at that point, but people are giving up on him because of a few padless practices. Couldn't be me. Absolutely could not be me. I don't get this one at all. I truly anticipate him to be in that 750-plus yard range for the New York Jets this year. I think he's going to be a solid number 2 option in this offense on the outside. And that's the thing. It's hard for me to predict receiver numbers for this team because they have 5 guys who can, be trustworthy in an offense. Mims on the outside, Davis on the outside, Crowder and Moore in the slot, and don't sleep on Keelan Cole either. So it's hard for me to say if he doesn't hit number X, whatever that number is, that it's going to be a failure of a season for him. I don't see how you could possibly do that with the amount of targets that are going to be spread around through this offense, but I really don't see how you could see what he did in a putrid offense last year and the skill set that he displayed, the contested catches, going up and getting the jump balls, and underrated speed as well. I love Mims. I was super excited about this pick when they made it in 2020. I had a first round grade on him. I thought he was someone who's going to go in the 20s. He ended up being there for the Jets at 48. Then they trade back and they're still able to get him. This is a really, really solid player. And please, I understand everyone's excited about Elijah Moore, myself included. And this isn't me saying, oh, you shouldn't be excited about Elijah Moore. Instead, you should be excited about Denzel Mims. No, you should be equally excited about both. Mims can be a very, very good player. And I know he was banged up in his first year, but I can't wait to see him on the field with a quarterback who can push the ball down the field, which, if you look at Zach Wilson and what he does well, moving the ball down the field, letting his receivers go up and get it, who better than Davis and Mims for that? It's a really good fit in this offense. So I don't buy that Mims is falling out of favor. He's too good of a blocker even, and we know how big of a deal that's going to be in this offense. I am super excited to see him to get to work with this quarterback, and I don't buy that he's the number 5 receiver on this team. I don't. He's way too talented to be that far down on the depth chart, and if you're someone who's soured on Mims, well, I think he's going to prove you wrong in 2021. I really do, and I'm excited for that.